Because if you look at social media and you look at everything online, everything says you should be hustling, you should be making all this money, you should have 20 streams of income and working 100 hours a week.
You know, I've heard that too, the hustle culture, and to be honest, I really kind of fall victim to the hustle culture thing. But also, like you said, not often remembering that you don't have full control over your life anyways, because
Yeah,
nobody picks the date when they're going to die. So there has to be a certain level of understanding that you don't have control over all of this. Yeah, you do have control over a certain degree, but not all of it. Definitely not. So there has to be a certain level of just wisdom and understanding about that.
absolutely.
Hustle culture makes us think I can do anything, and I can, almost like putting you in the seat of the creator 100% and saying, if I
Yes.
just grind, if I just don't sleep, if I just do it, if I have 1,000 jobs then I will have control over every single tiny thing in my life. It's like, no, that's not really how it works.
And then when you do face something, like a near death experience, when I was on what I thought was my deathbed, I wasn't thinking about the materialistic things that I had. I was thinking about, well, one thing I was like, "Oh, I never learned to swim." That was one thing that I thought about when, or, just the time that I didn't get to spend with a loved one, just or monumental times in our lives that was a blip, that because I was working so hard.
Right.
So again, it just changes your perspective on life, and that and again, when you look at history and you look at some of the people who were the most, wealthy people, what they would consider as wealthy, what did they give up for all of that wealth? And then when they had the stock market crash, where did all the money go? Right. And then all your relationships are ended, and, and you lose everything. And so that could happen at any time. So just knowing, who would I want if this was my last day? And I asked myself this, if this was my last day, would I be doing this right now? And would I be talking to you to get the message out there of healing and overcoming and elevating the community? I would.